So there is a prominent Smash leak going around, but I think it's been mostly debunked. I don't think anyone really believes in it, but I still want to talk about it just to talk about why I personally don't believe in it, because there's some trends that I think people need to move away from. Now, part of this Smash leak, and I am talking about the one that says Waluigi will be one of the final characters, but you notice how I said final characters? It's trying to predict there's going to be more content after Pass 2, just because Sakurai said Pass 2 is the final pass, but Sakurai also said that this is going to be the final character. Like, there is no more hidden surprises here. There's, I think people always want to speculate that, like, Sakurai is trolling us in some way. And really, name one example during the development of Smash Ultimate and the reveal of the DLC characters or the base game roster that Sakurai trolled anyone at all. I mean, after we got, like, Simon revealed and then K. Rool revealed, and plus those Echo Fighters, after that, Sakurai said, hey, we revealed a lot of characters that last Direct. If you count the Echoes, that's like 5 characters. The next one ain't gonna be like that. And then the last Direct that showed Incineroar and Kin, yeah, I only showed 2 more characters, and that was it. Like, they showed the majority of the characters right then and there. And then they showed Isabelle, sometime before that. That's about it. There has been no trolling or, like, crazy gimmicks. It's pretty much just been Sakurai says what he's doing, and then that happens. So right then and there, you already know, like, 100% that this is a fake leak. It's not real. But then when you dive deeper into it, and you look at what he says about, like, Pyra and Mithra and Kazuya, reading the description for Kazuya, he said it was going to be a character that people thought would have been in the base game, but or at least that series would be in the base game, and the series already had a character in Smash. A lot of people talk about Smash characters, and they just don't acknowledge the spirits or the Mii costumes or any of that stuff. So my first conclusion was like, well, Sephiroth was that, but this came out after Sephiroth, obviously. So it's very obvious this character, or this person is trying to say this character is going to be similar to the Sephiroth situation, and it's basically implying something like Dr. Eggman, That's what it's really implying, because a lot of people were thinking there'd be more Sonic characters by now, right? Or possibly Shadow the Hedgehog, because Shadow is a character people really thought Shadow was going to be an Echo Fighter. So that's kind of where my head's at, because it's like they're just repeating the Sephiroth situation again. Whereas Kazuya technically has his game already in Smash, but like not as a playable character. Like, Kazuya's the first character of his series, so to me, I'm like, what? No, Kazuya doesn't even fit that description. What are you talking about? But then, you have to remember the Mii costumes. Like, okay, fine, yeah, Heihachi's already a Mii costume, but no one, were people really speculating Tekken for the base game? People were kind of speculating Namco in general, but I don't think anyone were singling out Tekken. Yes, people were speculating on Tekken, but no one was really speculating Tekken for the base game. I think a lot of us started speculating Tekken around the time before King of Fighters got a character. And once Terry Bogard got put in the game, then I think people kind of stopped talking about Tekken so much, because I think they were like, okay, I guess we're not getting another fighting game character. And then Min Min happened, so it's like, okay, we're definitely not getting another fighting game character. Turns out Sakurai likes fighting game characters, so we're still getting Kazuya. But the last character is probably not going to be a fighting game character, because that would just be insane to do one right after Kazuya. You'd think he would pace them out a little bit better if he did it that way. And I definitely don't think it's going to be a character. I like, for a long time I've been saying, hey, let's get Chun-Li in the game, but I don't think it's going to be Chun-Li at this point. So yeah, especially not right after Kazuya. If they would do Chun-Li, it would be before Kazuya, if anything, because she's going to play more similar to Ryu. So having this like character who plays nothing like Ryu and Terry come out and then doing Chun-Li later, that makes no sense. But this leaker was saying a Capcom character would be the final character, but they're saying not from an action game. And some people are pointing out that Monster Hunter will not be the final character because there was a whole bunch of Monster Hunter Mii costumes. And it does make sense. I mean, they even made like one new one, I think, right? Because they made the little mascot, little cat character. Or maybe that was already in Smash. I don't remember. Because a lot of these ones from Smash 4 are repeats. So I don't remember if that was a new one or not. But I do recognize those armored ones. So either way, we got Monster Hunter Mii's, so it's kind of like, I don't think they're gonna do a Monster. Like, those Mii's could have returned alongside a Monster Hunter playable fighter, and those Mii's would have still made sense. You know, for the same reason that like Dragon Quest had like Erdrick armor, and Minecraft had like the diamond armor. Like, doing Mii's like that just makes sense. So, like, you know, they didn't have to release it before Dragon Quest, right? But also we know that Dante was a part of with Kazuya, and someone pointed out that Kazuya and Dante are both like half demon, and then people also pointed out that Lloyd is half something, and what's her face, the character everyone loves so much, Shantae, she's half genie. So like everyone pointed out that like a lot of the Mii fighters that came out alongside Kazuya were like half breeds, like half human, half something else. And Kazuya has the devil gene, so it kind of makes sense that he can, you know, that's a good theme for him. So Dante alongside Kazuya actually makes sense. It's kind of badass. Dante and Kazuya were both playable in Project Cross Zone 2, which is really cool. And yeah, Dante and Kazuya both have a human form and a demon form. So love that for them. Yeah, so Dante, and so this is where the guy is like correct. It wouldn't have been Dante or Monster Hunter, but I don't think it's gonna be Capcom. I think Capcom's out of the running. At this point, I don't think there's... And people who think it's going to be Phoenix Wright... And that's the thing. This guy said it's going to be a Capcom character who's not from an action game. So he was implying that the first one is like a given. The first one where he's like, it's going to be a character that makes both fans of East and West regions happy. But some people will be upset. Yeah, that pretty much describes every video game character. The second one being a character that people... didn't expect because there's already a character from the game. I mean, no. To me, that's implying Eggman, not Kazuya. But sure, whatever. If you guys want to give him that. If anyone ever tells you Phoenix Wright's the final character, you're fucking crazy. And I have to bring this up every time. Phoenix Wright will not be playable before someone like Dante. Phoenix Wright will not be playable before someone like a Resident Evil character. Phoenix Wright will not be playable before Monster Hunter. Phoenix Wright, if anything, would be an assist trophy. And I stand by that, and I'll keep standing by it, because it just makes no sense. When you guys say this logic that Phoenix Wright is perfect because he was on, like, the DS, that just blows my mind. Like, could you imagine if they were like, we can't do Cloud because Cloud isn't even on a Nintendo console. We have to do Terra from Final Fantasy VI. People would have just been like, oh, man, you did a Final Fantasy character, but you didn't do Cloud? Like, it makes no fucking sense. Just put the fucking popular character in the game. Like, people are like, oh, like, Resident Evil and Monster Hunter are fucking insanely popular money-making franchises. Did you see how successful and beloved Resident Evil 8 was? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you trying to pretend for a second that Capcom would want to push Ace Attorney that hard to make him a playable character? I think Capcom would be perfectly fine with Ace Attorney just being a spirit, or Ace Attorney just being a fucking Mii costume, or Ace Attorney just being an assist trophy. I think Ace Attorney being an assist trophy is the best case scenario. That's way better than a Mii costume, because then you actually get to see the character do the actions from the games. And with a character, with an assist trophy, using a character who mainly just is famous for yelling objection, that actually could work, you know, in some way. That could actually be awesome. So that's the best case scenario for Ace Attorney, and that's not happening to the next Smash game if we even, you know, if he even gets that much, right? I mean, Capcom already has like Zero, they already have Rathalos, they already have Dr. Wily, they already have Guile from Street Fighter. Like, they have a lot of assist trophies in the game, and I mean, so it's just silly to be like, okay, we need Phoenix Wright to be playable. Like, why? Why would they do that? Just because of a DS game? Like, do you know how many Resident Evil games were on Nintendo consoles? Are you insane? Resident Evil 4 debuted on the GameCube. Go back further. Resident Evil Remake, which is one of the most, like, beloved, like, Resident Evil games ever made, because people say it's, like, the best way to play a classic Resident Evil game. Some people even say that Resident Evil Remake is the best example of a remake, like, ever done. And you're trying to tell me that they wouldn't see Resident Evil as like a Nintendo franchise? Are you crazy? Resident Evil has always been on Nintendo systems. Resident Evil, like, literally, it's always been a Nintendo thing. Now, it's never been exclusive to Nintendo. It's never been an exclusive Nintendo thing. That's not what I'm saying at all. Yeah, and yeah, it's true. Resident Evil 5 debuted on 360 and PS3, but Resident Evil 4 was a GameCube game, guys. Resident Evil 4 debuted on the GameCube. Do you understand? Do you understand? I apparently you don't. And now they're all on Switch anyway. So the idea that Ace Attorney is closer to Nintendo's heart than Resident Evil, when Resident Evil probably sells better, Resident Evil 1 on DS, Resident Evil Revelations on 3DS. I mean, Capcom and Nintendo have negotiated for Resident Evil for forever. Again, Resident Evil Remake, Resident Evil 4. I mean, this is just insane. This is an insane conversation to be had. Even Code Veronica X was later ported to GameCube. I don't even know how to have this conversation with you people. Resident Evil 2 was on the N64 and it was like the superior version. Like, are you kidding me? Like, what are we even talking about here? When people say Phoenix Wright makes more sense than Resident Evil, you're just, oh my God, that's just such an ignorant statement to say. I just don't understand. It's literally, it's personal interest. It's a bias. You guys are biased because you're Phoenix Wright fans. I understand wanting Phoenix Wright in the game, but just play Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and have a good time, man, because there's no point to putting in such a wonky character in Smash when Capcom has so many other characters. I mean, if you guys want to know the writing on the wall, if you want to see the stake in the heart. The stake in the heart is that, you know, Phoenix Wright is not playable in Marvel's Capcom Infinite. You know, he's not playable in Marvel's Capcom Infinite, but he was in Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3. You know who is playable in Marvel's Capcom Infinite? Spencer. Spencer is playable. Do you guys realize that Spencer is playable in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite? Do you guys realize that Firebrand is playable in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, but not Phoenix Wright? I think that's all I need to say about how Capcom views Phoenix Wright. I have no idea why so many people think it's actually possible, because when you really analyze it, it just makes no sense at all. So if anyone ever mentions Phoenix Wright in a fucking leak ever, no. No. Just no. Waluigi has a higher chance of getting in Smash than Phoenix Wright. Now, this person is also talking about something that we used to talk about back then. And see, the thing is, I think a lot of us have moved on. A lot of us have already agreed that there's probably only going to be one more Smash character, and we just kind of dropped talking about the bonus character. I think we still kind of bring it up now and then and to say maybe if they did this, it would be cool. But I think a lot of us have just dropped the bonus character thing because it seems pretty clear that they're not going to try to pull a fast one. I don't know why they would say they're going to do something just to not do what they said. It doesn't make any sense. And they haven't done anything else like that. So it's just silly to even think that. I mean, this is the 12th DLC character if you count Piranha Plant. So, I mean, if you guys aren't happy with that, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, so anyway. But they were talking about this idea for Zelda. For a new Zelda character. And this is something that like Papagenos really wants, and he is talking about it a lot. I don't think the final character is going to be... Well, this person is not saying the final character will be a Zelda character. They're saying a DLC will be a Zelda character. In my opinion, Skull Kid should just be playable. I don't understand why... Now, like, you guys, I defend Fire Emblem constantly. I will totally defend Fire Emblem any day of the week. And the thing is that there are characters in Smash who are not that popular, who are in like one or two games. So it's really baffling. It's really confusing as to why they think that character like Skull Kid shouldn't be in the game when a character like Corrin is in the game. And again, I defend Fire Emblem. I think it's perfectly valid to have all these different Fire Emblem characters because they represent completely different games, you know? And, like, these are different main characters of games. Whereas when people talk about, like, wanting more Zelda characters, well, we're not putting in, like, secondary characters from the same Fire Emblem games. We're talking about completely brand new main characters. So we have 3 different Links, And that's pretty much as far as we can get, because the other links aren't really different enough to warrant another link. The fact we even have 3 links instead of 2 links is fucking crazy. But I mean, the Zelda fans will take what they can get at this point, because, you know, they have nothing else. Like, they just don't get new characters. For them, they just get excited that Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf are all, like, slightly different. Like, they all have, like, 2 moves that are different. And they're just like, hell yeah, 2 moves that are different. Because they don't have fucking characters. And, you know, I agree. I agree that Skull Kid is just as valid as Sheik. Like, Sheik is in the game. What game has Sheik besides fucking Ocarina of Time? None of them. Like, Sheik ain't no. She's not in any fucking game. She's in Ocarina of Time. That's pretty much it. I mean, I can't think of a single time. I mean, I didn't beat all of Twilight Princess. I didn't beat all of Skyward Sword. But, like, what? Why is Sheik in the game? So, yeah, I don't know why Skull Kid's not playable, guys. I'm sorry, but, I mean, if Wolf is playable, I mean, at least Wolf is in, like, a few games, right? But, I mean, like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, just put Skull Kid in the game. Skull Kid shouldn't be a DLC character, though. Skull Kid should be, like, base game. And obviously, Skull Kid is an assist trophy, so it's very unlikely Skull Kid will be added in as DLC. But when I think of Zelda characters that define the game, the franchise, I don't just think of, like, Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf. I do think of Skull Kid. Because I think Majora's Mask is a very important part of that history, you know? But I don't understand the idea of pretending Skull Kid isn't, like, a cool character that isn't, like, super influential. You know, I just put Skull Kid in the game. I don't understand. But that being said, there's not going to be a character from Breath of the Wild 2. This is not going to happen. I don't know why people were really bent on that. Again, the reason why we have characters like Corrin and characters like Byleth is because they are brand new main characters, right? And even Pokemon, while they don't include, like, main characters, because in Pokemon there really are no main characters besides, like, you yourself, the trainer, right? But the closest thing would be, like, the starter Pokemon. But basically, the new Pokemon are just there to represent the new series, right? The new Pokemon represent the new 100 Pokemon, because there's like 100 something new Pokemon every new Pokemon game. So that's what they're there to represent. And Cinnamon represents the Sun and Moon games. But even that is a lot different from just like a random new Zelda character. Now Mario gets this special treatment. Now you could say it's Mario, and therefore it's, you know, that's all the excuse you need. I do think that other games should get, like, including Zelda. Now, Metroid finally got more characters. Donkey Kong finally got a new character. That's huge. I think it's time for Kirby to get Bandana Waddle Dee. I think it's time for Zelda to get Skull Kid. I think these other games deserve characters just like Metroid got. And Mario always gets new characters, so it's only a matter of time before Waluigi becomes playable. Honestly, I really think that the next Smash will have Waluigi be playable. But I think they're saving that for a selling point for the next Smash game. I don't think Waluigi is going to be playable in this Smash Ultimate. I don't think so at all. I really don't. I think that, I don't know who the final character is going to be completely honest. But I do know it's not going to be Namco. It's not going to be Capcom. It's not going to be Square Enix. It's not going to be another Microsoft character. It has a chance of being a Nintendo character, and it has a chance of being a Sega character, but I don't know who it's going to be. I mean, honestly, I'm still banking on Ryu Hayabusa at this point. I'm still banking on Hayabusa. And as much as I love Eggman, if it's going to be a Sega character, I highly doubt it's going to be another Sonic character because there's so much Sonic content. But it ain't going to be Waluigi, ain't going to be a Zelda character, and it ain't definitely going to be, Phoenix Wright. So, I mean, any Smash speculation or any leak that says it's going to be one of those three things, you can pretty much say, no, this leak's fake. So even if we were just taking this leak as, because this leak's fake as fuck, we all know this. But even if we were just pretending the leak was saying it's going to be one of these three things, it's going to be either a Zelda character, Waluigi, or I think he even said a Fortnite character, which is just like it's not going to be Fortnite. I don't know why people keep hyping up Fortnite as to have a character. You know, the only thing that like Fortnite has going for it is it has a bunch of skins that you can wear on your character, and it's not really good enough. You know, Fortnite is just a shooter with that's it. It's really nothing like. It's just like it hasn't been dethroned, and it has so much money behind it. I mean, Epic Games is like a huge company now, but that doesn't mean. I mean, if anything, they would get like a Mii costume. Like, they would not get a full-on playable character. There's nothing to the game. There's nothing that makes it special, in my opinion, as like gameplay wise, right? Those type of games don't need to be represented in Smash. Smash isn't about representing popular games. It's about representing like characters that are good, right? That's it. So I don't know. I think people see Minecraft Steve and they go, oh, so Nintendo's picking the most popular video games of all time? It's like, no, because Terry. Like, no, Terry is in Smash. You fucking buffoon. It's not about the most popular games of all time. It's not even about selling games, because I don't think. Well, I do think that Terry in Smash is going to help King of Fighters 15. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's going to help Nintendo. You know, what was Nintendo's reason for putting Terry in Smash? I don't even know if KOF 15 is going to be on the Switch. You know, what was Nintendo's incentive for doing that? Yeah, nothing. You know. Oh, we really want to sell these old copies of SNK Heroines on Switch. No. No, that was not their incentive, I promise you. So, yeah. I mean, again, and SNK Heroines is multi-platform, so it's not even like you have to have a Switch to get it. So, yeah, no, they just put Terry in because Sakurai likes Terry. And you know what? It seems like Sakurai just likes Minecraft, and that's why Steve got put in. And also, you could say Minecraft is really popular in Japan and it's really popular globally, but like Minecraft has also been around a lot fucking longer than Fortnite. So it's not like Steve got put in Smash 4, you know, and that was around the right time frame where that could have happened. But it's not like that happened, you know. Minecraft got put in Smash Ultimate, which was way later. So, you know, I don't think Sakurai's gonna put Jonesy in Smash or whatever the fuck. So again, yeah, if anyone starts recommending those characters or saying that the final leak is one of these characters, it's just not true. I mean, this guy named every single character this guy named was wrong. None of these are going to be it. None of them are going to be it. It ain't going to be a Capcom character. It ain't going to be a Fortnite character. It ain't going to be a Zelda 2 character. It ain't going to be Waluigi. Ain't gonna be, like I said, it's not gonna be SNK, it's not gonna be Namco, it's not gonna be Microsoft, it's not gonna be Capcom, it's not gonna be Square Enix. It's possibly going to be Sega. Possibly. But the reality is, it might not even be Sega. It might not even be Sega. It might just be Koei Tecmo. It might just be Ryu Hayabusa. And that's the safest bet as of right now. Sometimes the most obvious answer is, I know I'm not quoting Occam's razor. I'm just saying sometimes we go really overboard with our predictions, and it ends up being something that we like. When it came to Steve, that was something we were all like, yeah, it could be Steve, but you know, what else we got? When it came to Kazuya, it's like, okay, we should have known Tekken was going to get in Smash. Like we if this was past 1, a lot of us were still speculating that Tekken could actually get in, and I think we all just stopped speculating when Heihachi came out. But like, you know, we should have kind of known that Tekken was going to get into Smash. You know, Pyra Mythra, that was a character that, while some people were like for sure thought that Xenoblade 2 wasn't going to get a character, as soon as Min what came out, as soon as we knew for a fact that spirits were going to be deconfirmed, Pyra and Mythra were on the table. Like, I was saying Rex and Pyra, but I just meant like Xenoblade 2 in general. I was like, Xenoblade 2 was always on the table. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, Alpharad a long time ago said he wanted Pyra and Mythra to be playable without Rex, and I was right there with him. So, I mean, while later on I thought there's no way they would do that and they would probably just do Rex. Yeah, I'm glad they did it the way they did it, but also I'm just saying Xenoblade 2 got in, and that was something that, a lot of us used to have on our radar, and then we dropped later on. We should have always known that Kazuya and Pyra were on the chopping block. Sephiroth was a character that I suggested and saying it's possible, and yeah, Sephiroth happened. So I'm thinking the final character is going to be a more obvious one. And right now, the most obvious one is Hayabusa. It's one we've been talking about since Season 1. Doom Guy is another one that everyone's been talking about, but the difference is that Doom Guy, I just don't know. I could see it happening, and don't get me wrong, I would love it, because I think his character model would look fucking awesome in Smash. The way Smash Ultimate's colors work, where everything's like really brightly colored, I think would look really cool with the Doomslayer. That would be really cool. But I think it's more likely going to be Ryu Hayabusa for the final character, which means Hayabusa is going to need to be broken in some way, because, much like Bayonetta, it's not like he's like the most exciting character on his own, but like, it should send shockwaves. Now that Bayonetta is an ultimate, I forget she's in the game, and I forget Bayonetta's even in Smash at all. There's any representation. And it's funny because like I really like the song from Bayonetta 2, and it's in Smash, but like just without lyrics. And it's like, I mean, I love that song because it's like the fight song in Bayonetta 2, and it makes you so hyped, and it's so much fun to listen to. I love Bayonetta 2. When Bayonetta 2 came out, I was ecstatic. Like, I went from being like a mild Bayonetta fan to being like, wow, Bayonetta is fucking amazing. Like, Bayonetta 2 is one of the most fun hack and slash style games I've ever played in my life. It's the first time I bought a game and then beat it on hard and then beat it on the harder difficulty like 3 times in a row without changing games or taking a break. Like, I adored Bayonetta 2. I love that game. And I forget Bayonetta's even in Smash half the time. And I don't want to feel like that, I want, Hayabusa needs to be like a big deal, and then, I want him to just get like just be a fucking broken ass character. I want to be so good it's broken, Pyra and Mythra are kind of like Smash 4 Cloud, where it's like this sword fighter who's like super duper good. I want Hayabusa to have some crazy ninja magic bullshit that makes him like fucking broken, And again, a lot of people have speculated if they did Hayabusa, they could easily do a hybrid character of having a bunch of his 3D hack and slash style moves mixed with his 8-bit NES style moves. It's perfect. So I'm rooting for Hayabusa here. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Sorry for such a delay in videos. Sorry I don't post as much. It is a slower time period now. There's not as much to talk about, not as much to get excited for. We do know it's likely that the next Smash character will be revealed next month, but maybe not out yet in September. But it is very much so likely. Like, it's not like it's impossible. So I don't know. Yeah, but I'm just saying, whenever there's a Nintendo Direct, expect the final character to be revealed. But also, Nintendo doesn't, like, hide this stuff. When Pyra Mythra came out, Nintendo very much was like, and yes, a Smash character will be announced. It's like, they never try to hide this shit, I don't remember if they announced it for E3, but, like, I think everyone was kind of like, okay, it's E3, they're going to show Smash. And lately, they've been showing the Smash character, like, first thing for these directs. And even for, they announced at the Game Awards that a Smash character would be shown at the Game Awards. And then, like, Sephiroth was one of the very first things the Game Awards showed. Like, right at when the Game Awards had, like, a pre-show. And then right when the real Game Awards started, they're like, boom, Sephiroth, So I think it's very likely that there's going to be a, whenever they... Sorry, my throat's dry from talking so much. Whenever they do a new Nintendo Direct, they're just going to say what the final character is. And so a lot of people are predicting September. I didn't look into it enough to know why September is right or wrong. But it makes sense to me. Let's see, when did Kazuya come out? Kazuya came out the very end of June or something like that? Yeah, it makes sense. I think it makes sense that next month we'll find out who the final character is, and if not, then it'll be October. I mean, I don't think it's a big deal. I think that's perfectly acceptable. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm just here to say that any leak that I already said it, but you guys know what I'm here for. I'm here to talk shit on Phoenix Wright. That's what I do. All I do here is say Phoenix Wright can't happen. That's all I do. I'm just here to hate on the Phoenix Wright. So I'm gonna end this video here, and I'll see you guys on the next one.